Okay, so you were here at the press conference at City Council today. Tell us about why you came out today.
Well, I came out after watching the video, just like everybody else. I was so emotional. And then I saw someone had sent out that Teachers for Choice was actually going to rally. And then we had our Congress people going to be here who were supporting us. And I wanted to be here, not only for myself, who's lost their job and talked about that, but also the city workers whose cases are, in the appeals court and still haven't returned to work.
So we're talking about the hidden camera video that was released by Stephen Crowder. This was video of Dr. J. Varma, who in the video describes himself as kind of the architect of the city's of New York City's COVID-19 vaccine mandates, and you lost work under those mandates. How are things going for you now?
I didn't get back pay. I got 2 of my 3 jobs back. One of the jobs refused to bring me back. Not only myself, but also my other coworkers. So we're still fighting it. And so it's not only for the city workers, but the private sector workers and healthcare workers are still standing strong. We've lost money, our finances that we can't gain back. And it was because of the city that, and their mandates, Dr. Varma in particular, is the reason why they implemented the mandates that left me out of work. And also I lost my apartment. An apology is not enough or anything else, but we just want to also get compensated from the city making that mistake and also having this man who just violated his own words and what he said he believed in, and just outwardly admitted, that natural immunity was good to fight off the COVID-19 virus. So that's what we're here for. We're here to see if we can get some justice finally. We thank our independent journalists who supported us throughout the whole journey. And I want to just stop and say that. I think we really, truly, other people truly appreciate that our voices are here today because are being heard today because of that.
So you're a private sector worker. I asked a question during the press conference about how City Council might address the concerns of private sector workers who lost their jobs under the mandate. It's easier, obviously, for the city government to they could reinstate city workers who were fired under that mandate. But what would you hope to see from City Council or any other political officials as someone in the private sector who lost jobs under the mandate?
Yes, for the private sector, it's particularly hard, especially with some of the companies that are just holding out still, that refuse to bring the employees back that they were subjected to the mandates. But not only that, they've dropped the mandates and still refuse to bring the employees back. So we want to see some kind of justice in that regard to make sure that they're held accountable for actually bringing back. I had 2 jobs that brought me back, but also they brought me back without compensation. So I didn't, even though I'm a union employee, I did not get back pay. And that's crucial, especially when we're looking at the circumstances. It's not just good to say, well, just come back and not not be compensated for that. And also what people don't understand is that we don't have, a lot of people who are in the private sector don't have the money to afford a lawyer to go to court and to appeal. For the city workers, they have funds, and not to say that it's wrong, but they do have funding that's coming from organizations that are assisting them. But for the private sector employees, there are different industries. So we would like to see something being done for that. If the city can actually reach out to those who were unvaccinated and lost their jobs and also have that conversation on being compensated either by the city or by the employers themselves.
So what you're saying, though, is that that the mandates continue to affect you and workers that you know.
Yes. So, and in several ways. The first is that there are private sector employees who did not get their jobs back to this day, since the mandate. Even though the jobs themselves have changed their policies, they still haven't brought back the employees that they let go specifically for the vaccine mandate, not abiding by the rules or regulations at the time. And then the second part is that, yes, some have gotten their job back, some late, 2 years later or just this year, and they were not given back pay, for the days and the time that is lost. They're just considering it as a leave of absence, but that leave of absence should be compensated, which a lot of employers are refusing to do.
Can you give people an idea of what kinds of jobs you're talking about?
For me, it's the service industry. So that's food and beverage. We also have the healthcare workers. I really can't speak on their behalf, but I know that they also have not gotten their jobs back. One or two people that I know of, I can't say specifically, but know of, they have said that they will not receive the receive the vaccines. So therefore, they were let off of their jobs in the hospitals that they've worked for at the hospital for several years. And so that impact their retirements, their 401ks. There's a lot that's affiliated with that. And we also have other service industries that there are multiple. But you have to understand that once that person lost their job, their finances were attached to it, or their retirement plans have been attached to it also. So it's pretty massive. All the different kind of issues that we have with the loss of the job and the absence of that time. Some are not being counted. So those 2 years is counted as a leave of absence, but it's not counted towards their retirement years that they would accumulate. So it's a lot that we have to really address. Some are not getting their seniority, their jobs back. The positions that they left, they're given positions that are lower than what they had.
All right. Any final thing you'd like New Yorkers or Americans out there who are now watching this issue to know about?
I definitely want the New Yorkers to support us. It's not about we told you so or anything like that. It's about supporting each other. And especially I want to talk to those who did not want to take the vaccine but felt like they had to take the vaccine. They didn't have a choice because they had their families to feed. I just want to tell you specifically that we're here for you. Also, we understand all that you went through, as Dr. Varga, made fun and kind of laughed at, forcing you to do that. But we all want, as New Yorkers, to have the freedom to decide what we should do, when we should do it, especially when it comes up to our personal health choices. That should be something that we should make decisions of, and not the city to implement regulations and rules to force us to do something they want us to do that is contrary to what is healthy and is beneficial for us and our families.
All right. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.